Hi, it's Wodzu here. Before you start watching, please take note that synthesis is not a piece of cake. I would love to describe it in 5 minutes like the sample video, but this video is going to be a little bit longer. So if you really want to learn how to tweak your own 808s, watch it till the end. Remember, everything you learn today will be with you forever. Yo, what is up guys, it's Wodzu here and welcome to another episode of the Beatgrinding in Reaper series, which is a series of tutorial videos in which you'll learn not only how to make beats, but how to do it in Reaper. Today's subject is tweaking your own 808s in the Xfer Serum. You may heard about it or you may not, but Serum is a wavetable synthesizer. It's capable of tweaking lots of different sounds, but today we'll focus on a simple one, which is an 808. I will show you how to make it booming, I will show you how to make it punchy, a little bit distorted, just like I like it to be. But you can take this tutorial as a starting point to tweak any 808s you like.
Beatgrinding in Reaper.
So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm moving this 808 item we've created just to another track, so it's on the track with the Serum loaded in. Here is Serum, and now it sounds like that. It's definitely mapped too high, so we need to put this down a little bit. Okay, that's low enough, so let's start tweaking. Here is Serum with the init patch. Init patch means it's like the default setting of every Serum instance which is loaded in. And by default it comes with that kind of wave. This is definitely not a wave for an 808. So what we do is we click on this default, we choose analog, and we choose analog BD syn, which is a sine wave. And it sounds like that. You can't really hear it because it's so low right now. So maybe let's make it a little bit higher. If you don't hear anything, just use your headphones and I'm sure you will hear the sine wave. Okay, firstly, let's take care of this sine wave, because 808s aren't just simple sine waves. They are a little bit distorted sine waves with some envelope. So what we do, we click on this pencil right here, and here we have the table edit of the oscillator. Let's distort it a little bit, and to do that, let's use the Squarify algorithm, which is right here. You open this little menu right here, you go to singles, and you click process Squarify. As you look on the tables, the sine wave is getting like more irregular. So click on this irregular one. So let's go back by pressing this X right here. And now our 808 sounds like that. I will solo it. It's still not interesting. The reason for this is because 808 is a pretty weird structure. It starts with a really high-pitched note. It's like making a glide every time you hit an 808. It's like, but really, really fast. And to make this happen, to make this 808 like more booming, we need to prepare an LFO. LFO stands for low frequency oscillator, and it will just make an envelope for this pitch shift. So let's take this spike right here, the top one, let's move it right here. So now we have like a hill. Let's take the middle one and let's move it right here and move it to the point where it's really just spiked. Now we move to the metrics tab right here. And we have lots of things which don't tell you anything, but just follow the steps. As a source, we take LFO 1. So our thing with the spike at the beginning. As a destination, we choose Oscillator A, chorus pit, which stays for pitch. And it still does nothing because there is no amount set. It's like 0. So we move it a little bit to the right. Then we move to the type, which is like an arrow to the right, an arrow to the left, two-sided arrow. You have to click on it and now it's only pointing to the right, which should be like that. Because the 808 only goes like one side, not two sides. And now you can hear this bang, 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 bang. There is something wrong. Why? Because here in this LFO section we forgot to change the mode to envelope, because it was working like in a loop. Now it works only if you press the note. Okay, now let's move to this envelope section, which is an envelope after all envelopes. How to describe this? It's just the final envelope right here. I'm just making more spiked attack right now, so it's just a little bit more booming. This envelope controls volume, whereas this envelope controls pitch. Let's make this 808 lower. Now let's move to the FX section. Now we're gonna shape the sound of our 808 with the built-in effects. We'll use the distortion. Here we change the modes. I personally like to use the tube mode or the tape saturation mode. Here is the drive knob, so you can control the amount of the overdrive. Here is the filter. You can filter out some frequencies which are too overdriven. And here is the mix knob, so you can mix the overdriven signal with the clear signal. Oh, the stomp box mode sounds pretty aggressive, but it's a little bit too aggressive. It sounds pretty okay now, but we need to take control of the overall sound. So we turn on the compressor, and we want this compressor only to work a little bit, just to hit the top parts of the dynamic range of our 808. So try to not set the threshold too low or too high, just set it to cover the zero, somewhere like that. The attack time should be pretty fast. Mine is 3 milliseconds because the 808 pops up pretty fast. The release is 90. You can set it up depending to your needs, somewhere around 100 or below, or a little bit higher. The ratio is 3:1, or it can be 4:1, depending on how much compression you want to apply. And now you can use EQ or filter. I will use filter just to cut off some of the frequencies from the top. Not like too much, but to get rid of the sizzle in the high end. Now to make this 808 sound even better, we can make the release a little bit longer and a little bit softer somewhere here. Here is the release. Yeah. But to make it work, we actually need to set the ending of a certain note. So if it's being held through the whole time, the release is never gonna be shown. To make things work, we need to actually set an ending for a note, because all of the notes in our 808 pattern are full length. There is no ending. When there is an ending, there is a start of another note. So let's set this right here, for example. Maybe let's add more of the crisp pitch. It's even more punchy. You know, it's all trial and error. It depends what do you want to achieve. Personally, I want to have a punchy 808, a little bit distorted, with pretty like soft ending. Something like that. And now the last thing we want to do is the glide. To make the glide work, we go to the voicing section. We turn it to mono because 808 is not gonna use more than one sound. We turn on legato, and here we set the portamento time. 30 seconds, 33 seconds. It's too long. It sounds pretty cool right now, but let's make it like more fading away type of 808. So it's not super bassy through the whole thing. So let's just take the release right here. And let's make the release super long. So now it sounds like that. So this was a pretty complicated thing, and I was experimenting quite a bit because I'm still not a master in tweaking 808 in Serum. This is just the most basic way I found out to make this happen.
Question time!
And now a question for you guys. What's your favorite way of tweaking your own 808? Do you do it in Serum? Do you do it in Massive or any other synth? Leave your answers in the comment section down below. In the next episode, I'm gonna tell you how to make your 808 and kick work together by sidechaining, so your bass, your low end will get super punchy and super aggressive. So stay tuned for that. My name is Dominik, you've been watching Wodzu Beats, and keep the good vibes alive.